are all doing extremely well. I am going to apologize in advance if you hear any noise in the background that you normally don't. I had to cave and turn my air conditioning on because I was getting pretty hot. I also apologize that it's not so bright in the pictures. It's kind of late. It took me a little longer to make my video this week because I was kind of missing you guys and feeling sad and trying to think of what kind of artwork I could do with you, because I was realizing that there's only a few weeks left of the school year, and that's crazy to think about because this school year has been very different. But all of that change made me realize I wanted to share stories with you about change. So the books that you read this week or watched on YouTube are all about change. And whether you are ready or not, change is going to happen. And I want to say I'm very, very proud of all of you for the way you've handled the changes that have had to happen this school year to keep everybody safe and healthy. The fact that you're on Google Classroom and Dojo, and even if you're watching this video, thank you for working so hard to keep learning at home. It's really awesome and you are amazing, and I miss you and I'm proud of you. So what we're gonna do for our artwork, since we're kind of winding down, summer starts in a few weeks already, we're going to make some artwork about our memories from this school year. We're gonna do that by making a camera with some snapshots or some photographs of your memories. So I'm going to show you how to do the camera, but then I'll show you how to do the squares. They look like Polaroid pictures. A Polaroid picture is a picture that you take a picture with a camera and there's already film inside and the photo pops out, and if you shake it, it goes from like a black screen to an actual photo, and there's a little frame around it. So I did frames around mine. That's Miss Schafer and her friends. Either way, we're gonna make pictures of our memories. So I will show you how to do the camera, and your job is to draw your memories in the photos, where the photos would be, so that I can see your favorite memories from school this year, whether it was when we were in school or maybe you have good memories from when we started learning online. My cat's playing in a box right now, sorry if you hear noise. So, some of my favorite memories from this year are cupcakes, because some of you guys bring cupcakes into school, and Miss Schafer is a cupcake monster, and if you bring cupcakes, I will find you and I will give you a big hug, and if you share a cupcake with me, I'll give you an even bigger hug. I also drew Snoopy hugging Woodstock because I love all of your hugs. If I ever had a really bad morning or I was grouchy, I would come into Ronhurst and I would get lots of hugs on my way in the building. That was always one of my favorite memories. And last, I drew a painter's palette because some of my favorite memories were days when we would paint and get messy, and it would be crazy making art in class together. And I do miss that very much. And I hope we get to do that together soon. So without further ado, I'll show you how to get started on your camera, and then you get to choose and show me and send me your favorite memories from school this year. So like I usually do, I started with pencil just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. We're going to do our camera first. I'm going to start with the shape of the camera, which is just going to be a great big rectangle. I am going to add to that a little bit though. Instead of having my corners be really sharp, I am going to round them off a little bit, just kind of curve at the corners instead of making 4 very straight lines for my rectangle, just because when you hold up a phone or a camera, you usually don't have very sharp corners. The next thing I'm going to do is draw the lens. If you're not very good at drawing a perfect circle, and I'm not, you can trace something in your house that you have that's round. So for the middle lens, I used a cap to a water bottle, and you can find cups or other things to trace if you want to have a really perfect circle. So for the lens, I'm going to start with a great big circle on the outside. I turn my paper just because it makes it easier for me to draw straight. And then I'm going to do 2 more smaller circles inside of that. See? And then 1 last circle on the inside to be my camera lens. And I am going to add 1 little detail to make it look like it's glass. I'm going to do a little, almost looks like a squashed letter Z, to make it look like my lens is glass. And then I'm also going to add a flash. To do that, I'm going to draw a tiny rectangle on the top, and then a bigger rectangle on top of that. The flash is going to help us see what we are taking a picture of if the room is too dark. And then finishing touches for my actual camera, I'm gonna do 2 straight lines going across the top of my camera, and I'm going to do the same thing going across the bottom. And that's it. You can color your camera any way you want. Next, I'm going to draw my actual pictures. So we're gonna make big squares for the frame of the picture with a smaller square inside, because like that Polaroid picture I showed you before, there's a frame around the outside and then the photo is gonna go in the middle. And if you want help drawing a square, I actually made my big squares by tracing Post-it notes. I traced around the outside, and now I'm just going to trace over what I did with pencil with marker, just so you can see a little better. And you can decide how many memories you want to draw. So if you want to only draw 1 or 2 memories, you're only going to draw 1 or 2 of these squares. If you want to draw 10 different of your favorite memories from the school year, you are going to draw 10 of these squares. I'm gonna keep going and check back in with you guys. Now that my camera and my photo papers are done, I'm going to go in and draw the memories that I want to have on my paper from the school year. I'm not going to show you how to draw that because your memories from school this year might be different from my memories from school, but you can choose if you draw things from when you were in school or even when we were learning online. So I'm going to draw some of my memories. If you want to pause the video, you can to draw your own. Otherwise, I will be back in just a second to show you the memories that I drew. That's everything. Once your camera's colored in, once your memories are colored in, I've got my cupcake, I have my hugs, I've got the art we all made together this year. That's the end of my snapshot memory project. So thank you if you joined in for making some art with me today. Please send me your creations on Dojo or on Instagram or on Google Classroom, and I look forward to featuring your art on my page. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon.